Hello, my beautiful friends. How is everyone today? It's Marta. Welcome back. As I've mentioned in my last video, there's so much going on. I'm super happy and excited, and today I'm coming with a happy news as well. My friends, I have a little parcel here because I want to share with you something. I received it last week, but because of the workshops and everything, I didn't really have the time to film it, and I'm so happy. I couldn't wait to play with it actually. So let me just tell you, the Kokorosa company, the company I've actually know their products before because I've been using them. They reach out to me and offer me if I would like to try some of their new products, and I've picked up few, and I hope you're gonna enjoy it as well because these are just super fun and to use. So hopefully we're gonna be making a lot of different cards, cute little cards with them. Not only little, I also have other ideas as well. So I thought I've got a 5 of these, but I wanted to create a couple of the cards with each one of them. I've picked up this one as a first one because I really like the design, and I think all of them. Actually, let me just show you a little bit closer look. I will post the link down below in the description, and also in the description and also in the comments, so you could see a little bit better each one of them. But I will be filming each one of them with a little short video sharing with you a couple of the inspirations. So it's not gonna be only the main use. Oh, look on this packaging. I think they changed it recently, and I love this little foxy tail. I think it's super cute packaging. So I'll give you all the details down below and also in a comment if anyone would like to check it. And I do have, the company has actually given me 25% off coupon code, so if anyone would like to use it, then you can make sure you put up the code so you can get a better deal, like better use of the discount code. Now I really like this wheel, and I'm gonna be creating few cards, so I'm gonna speed up the rest of the video to share with you my ideas of how you can use it, not only as it is. So we're gonna go beyond, and I hope you're gonna enjoy it. And by the way, if you like this video and you would like to see more inspiration made with the same products, please write down the comment saying more. If you write you would like to see more, I will come up with the next part, because I already have more than 3 cards to create with this die, and each one of them actually, they're so versatile, so I just want to share it with you. So without any further ado, let's jump into the video and let's play with this beautiful lovely die. My friends, as the first of my creation, I'm gonna be creating something which looks like a pocket envelope, and what I did here, I've grabbed a bunch of the leftover pieces, like a scrap pieces of the paper, which are all kind of in the same blue color family, and I went ahead, I've chopped these several times. I've used this die to cut it a few times, so that way I have this nice representation of the shapes and everything is matching up nicely, so then I can use them up in my later creation. Now I'm checking the width of the die, and what I'm gonna do, I've placed the die cut piece on the card, and then rather than being bored by the measurement, I'm just pressing my ruler right up against the edge, and that way I can create myself a pencil line so I know exactly where to mark. And then once I trim the excess piece, I could create my first scoring line, which will be falling behind the a straight line. You can see here how I place my die on a ruler, so I'm just checking that was 8.5 centimeter, but you can check for yourself if you're gonna be creating, if you've got octagonal die or you're gonna be use that one, better to double check just in case you've got all the measuring pieces right. Then I'm gonna create kind of a square space in the center, so I believe that was a 12.5 centimeter, something like that. You can see I'm just checking here the width, so I'm just following up with the same line mark, so I have this little square on the inside, and then on both sides I've got those end flaps, which will create this beautiful, like a wallet card. The idea is to give something extra. Instead of a regular card, I quite like to create those type of the envelope cards, because they will give you a perfect place to write down the message, like some wishes, and you can also have this additional space where you could attach like a voucher, gift card, or maybe like a little money. So that's a great idea to combine the card together with the kind of a gift, have two in one. I'm chopping off this leftover piece, which I'm not gonna be using, so I'm just following this die cut line, which is on the top. You can see here there's this very thin line, and then this is gonna be attached to my top flap. But before I'm gonna do so, I'm grabbing one of the design paper, and this design is actually one of mine. You could see this design, I released them as a free gift to all my friends and subscribers who are following me on my YouTube channel, and the link to those papers, you will find them on my Buy Me a Coffee page, and I'll give you the link down below in the description area. So here what I'm doing, I'm just marking myself pencil marks, and I'm just following them, and I'm just chopping little pieces so I could nicely dress up my card, and that will give it this lovely elegant look. Now my friends, whenever you're trying to create something which looks a little bit more like a better a kind of a premium quality luxury card, I always recommend you to dress the card from all sides. That way when recipient open up the card, they have this beautiful finished look, rather than just like a plain white piece and and one piece of the design paper in the center. This is what I like to do whenever I'm creating those premium quality cards. I'm usually going to dress all the sides, so that way it's not only give this luxury feel, but it also provides additional sturdiness to the card, and everything looks nice and luxurious. Here, once I adhere this die cut piece to my top flap, I am just following the design and kind of chopping off the corners, so that way it's look really nice. I also grab additional piece of the same design, and I've chopped it once again, and this time I am puzzling back those little triangles, and I'm making sure I keep the order. This is something which really enhanced the design and also give it this special premium look. So if you have this continuous pattern, and rather than just adhere those triangles randomly, if you will puzzle them back and have this nice continuation and flow of the design, that's really something which also give it this special look. So here I am just adding a teeny tiny bit of the glue to each of those triangles. And then there's two pieces like on the top which are not full triangles, so I'm just adding the little piece of the glue to the top part, and then I am just cutting off the remaining bits. Last thing I have to do is just dressing up this little flap from the inside, and for that again I am just marking myself the dots where to cut, so I have the proper length and width which are matching to my flap. And then once I have it done, I will go back again and I will mark myself the dots where to cut this corners off, so where to cut them under the angle. So I'm placing this piece here, and you can see it's very easy. You don't really need any special dies for that. You can just follow the pattern, and that way you can kind of extend your design that way. And the best way, if you've got two corners to chop, is to chop one off, then place it on top of the other one, and that way you can follow up the line, and you've got this perfect cut, both triangles cut off, and this way they are both identical. I'm adding the glue to this piece of the paper, and I'm just putting it on the back side of this flap, and my card is dressed up. To help it close nicely, what I like to do, I'm either adding magnets or Velcro pieces. Now, if you're gonna be working with the magnets, I would recommend you to add your magnets before you're gonna dress down the pieces, so that way they're not gonna be visible. Obviously with the Velcro pieces, they have to stay on the, you know, on the top, so they would work. But the Velcro pieces, the one I'm using, they are white, so they are not kind of as visible, and they're nice and delicate. Now I've got one of the sentiment, and this is also coming from the free designs which I was sharing with you. And I thought it will be a nice gift for a friend. And the sentiment here, the quote says, "I'm so grateful to call you my friend." And I thought it would be nice to give to one of my friends as a gift. Now I am just adding some final touches. I've got this delicate die flourish, like a little leafy arrangement, and two of my handmade flowers. So that would be my first card. I think it's just looking really pretty, although it's a smaller size than what I'm normally used to. I quite like it. I think it's just turned out very elegant. Let me know if this is something you would like and to create, and if you do, please don't forget to share your creation. If you are inspired by one of my cards and you want to create something like that, and you are on the Facebook, please share. I always love to see your creations. Now my second card will be slightly bigger, and this is something more in the vibe like the cards I'm normally doing. I like to go with the larger designs, so I've decided to go with the bigger card here. So I've scored my card, I believe that was the 13 centimeters, and then I've chopped off the rest, so I have this nice card base. And now I've cut two pieces from the watercolor paper. It's not exactly like a pure white paper, because the watercolor, it has this teeny tiny bit of the tint to it, so it's not this like a very bright white. And once I cut those two pieces, I am then again I'm adhering them on the same card, so that way I have this kind of a white on white look, which gives me this nice dimensional, you know, element, but it's just colorless, I would say. But because I have this bright white cardstock, and then I'm setting the watercolor paper on top of it, they are kind of look like that would be white and cream, and I quite like it because it just gives this nice variation to the card. Now for the focal point element, I went ahead and I cut additional piece from the gold cardstock, and I will have this beautiful frame, and this is what I love in this dies. And the other one, they also come with those frames, and I think this having this frame cut from either gold or silver is just a beautiful enhancement to each card, and that will be just looking beautiful as it is. Now I am taking this gold piece and I'm putting it back again on the same white. It's kind of like a linen finish cardstock. And now I will chop it off, but I'm gonna keep the border. And in order to keep the same border, I am placing the die cut piece so I have it exactly at the end of my ruler. There is 2 millimeter gap between the ruler and the blade, so if I'll keep it at the ruler right exactly there, I could have this white border exactly the same all around. Now I am adhering two of this cream out. It's really white, but it looks like it's cream because it's set against the very bright white color cardstock. So I've placed those two with the help of the glue, just adhere them flat on the card, and then I am adding a piece of the cardboard to this third piece, just so I could create it a little bit more sturdy element and also have it nice dimension. I'm using this gold piece as a button in the center. That will be something to dress up my card. And I also have this a little sticker sentiment. I think this was a freebie in one of the magazines. I believe I was creating the commission for the indigo blue. They sent me the set so I could use that, and I still got leftover pieces, so I thought it will be looking here nicely. I've cut a couple of those delicate leaves to dress up my card, and I quite quite like. For a minute I was thinking, do I need to add any specific color, like shall I keep it like white and gold only? But I think this little pop of the blue will be a nice enhancement to the card. I've got the sentiment which says congratulations, so I think this card is very much like a wedding or maybe engagement or something like that. Has this beautiful elegant occasion vibe. So if you need a special card, that will be a great idea, and then you can use up the favorite color. For example, if you know that the wedding will be like a pinkish color or salmon or purple, you can add that delicate foliage in the specific color, but keep the rest of the card in this like a white cream gold color combination. As a final touch, I am adding a couple of those flat back pearls, and I'm just kind of creating the composition. To be honest, I was thinking of creating the Nuvo drops, but I had the pearls on hand, so this is what I'm gonna be using. Either way, some sort of the embellishment will be looking nice. You could also use the water droplets. They will be looking great here too. Now, once I adhere my pearls and I was looking on this card, I thought like, it's looking pretty much like everyday card. So to make it even more special, I decided to chop off the corners, and I'm super happy I did that because thanks to cutting off those corners, the card has this very unusual shape. So this is what I was trying to say, that not the card is looking like everyday. Normally it's very elegant card, but having those corners chopped, it's enhancing this special uniqueness by having this extraordinary shape, something unusual. So here I'm just gluing them back a little bit lower on the card, so I have this nice flow of those pearls, and they're kind of following the pattern towards the center. So I think this card turned it really nice. Now for my last card, I'm just gonna be chopping the piece of the card in 5 by 5 inches size, and then I have this leftover piece which was cutting from the side, and I'm gonna be using it to adhere those triangles. Because I was chopping the this die on the gold cardstock for my previous card, I end up having the bunch of those little triangle frames, and I have them because I'm keeping my dies attached. You probably noticed that I haven't, I haven't detached those little elements, triangles, and I'm doing that for two reasons. First and foremost, I'm very good at losing little dies, so I like to keep them attached together. And secondly, every time I am chopping this die, I'm ending up with those very delicate, like little triangle frames. So that will be something harder to achieve if I would be having them separately, and then I would have to worry about putting them back in, keep them straight so my frames will be even. But that way, because they're attached, I can, have those extra elements. And this is what I'm using here. It's a very simple idea, but I just wanted to show you that not necessarily you always have to use the die the same way as it was designed. Just because it's octagonal, you not necessarily need to have those octagonal shape elements onto your cards. So now I'm taking those two pieces and I am just giving them additional dimension with the cardboard. This is a compressed chipboard, like a beer mat, which I like to use, and that way it's giving me this 1 millimeter thickness. So that's kind of a replacement for the double-sided foam tape, but it's much cheaper, and it also gives the card a little bit more sturdiness. So once I'm gonna adhere them, the card is very simple. This is kind of like a last minute make, but it's a nice idea, and that will be great for a postage. And you could put different colors depending on what you like, and if you switch the gold color to different one. I don't know, maybe just have it like dark and bright pink or something, have the darker frames, and then, you know, lighter piece on the inside. Whatever you're gonna do, you can kind of change the design with the gold and this watercolor blue color cardstock. I think it's looking very elegant, but if you go with more like a bright colors or something that could be more modern, maybe just like a black and red or something, that could be more masculine vibe as well. Lastly, to finish off this quick card, I'm just adding the sentiment which says with love, and I'm cutting it with the same very elegant gold color cardstock. I had a little trouble to actually adhere this little glue dot because it has to it attached to my finger, but luckily I've managed to detach it and attach it to the card. So that was a very quick third card, but I hope you enjoy it. And just to let you know, as a last information, I think it took me 1.5 hours in total to create all of those 3 cards. Okay, my friends, so just to sum it up, this is the 3 cards I've created today. We've got a beautiful wallet card with the space for wishes. You can add your gift card here, and I used the die to create this kind of a pocket fold. Then I've created this beautiful, stunning congratulation card, which will be suitable for wedding or for many more occasions. It's shape, you can add the wishes, you can add the envelope money here, something like that. And then very quick leftover card, because remember this, my friend, just because the die is shaped as octagonal or any other, you know, way, it doesn't mean you cannot experiment and play with it. And this is the result. You can come up with so many more ideas. If you would like to see more of the cards used with this particular die, please write down the more, or I would like to see more, comment down below in the description area. I'm giving you the link to the product as well as the discount code there, so have a look if you're interested. I'll see you shortly on another video. Stay blessed and bye bye.